how to get the Rod of the Exalted one. Now, this is definitely a rod that is sparking a lot of curiosity across the fish community right now. If you haven't, hit the like button, subscribe, and enable post notification. We're going to go ding, and we will dive in to the Rod of the Exalted one, all the specs of it, and everything you need to know. This rod is definitely really interesting because it's a new rod, and, well, it has a benefit to it. A really darn good benefit to it that you're going to really make sense of once we go in and talk about it. So this is found in the Keeper's Secret. The Keeper's Secret is over here at Mush Grove, and, well, this thing presents decent stats. I'm not even going to lie. But the problem is it the best rod in the game? No. Does it take a darn lot to get this rod? Yeah. This rod, and honestly, people are like, is there a level cap behind this rod? Kinda, sorta. There kind of is sort of a level cap. I mean, there is and there's not, technically. But if we come here, we're going to come over to Moose Grove, right? Once you're over here, you're going to come to this wall right here. It's this wall right here. You can walk in it, and there's going to be an elevator. Now, you're going to take this elevator down, and it's going to present you with a puzzle of sorts. Yeah, so Moose Grove Swamp, go inside the wall that leads down here, and then you will be at the Keeper's Secret, which there's going to be 7 different little totem pedestal things here, which all require enchant relics of that specification on it. Now, this all is required to unlock the rod. Now, I know there was a glitch or a couple glitches at the first when the update came out. You could only put 3 or 4 enchant relics and the rod would appear. Oh, how I wish that glitch was still available. But also, I recommend making sure you have all the relics first before you place them on the totem, okay? So we're going to go over on each of the relics that you need so you don't get it confused and you don't mess up, okay? So after obtaining all the relics, you're going to place them, and then the rod will appear, okay? Now, the cool thing about this, though, since you go through all the effort of the relics, I don't think this rod costs anything, right? So as long as you get the relics, you're not going to have to go through this work and pay for the rod. I think you just get the rod at that point. So that be the case, obviously... We're going to go in order here. The first relic is the Hexed Relic. So you're going to make sure you have a Hexed Relic. And then you would put the Hexed Relic right here. It says input. You would put it there. Then that's a good thing too. It shows you, like, if you have the right one, it lets you put it on there, right? So then you're going to come over here to Crystallized Relic, which I don't have the Crystallized one right now because you got to use a Crystallized Rod to get that one. We're going to go into how. And I don't have Greedy, which is the next one. So the next one is Greedy, and we're going to talk about some of the issues with some of these. Then Translucent is going to be this one right here. So we have our Translucent Relic, which, see, it says we can put it there. Then the next one is going to be Atlantean enchant relic, which you would put right there. Then over here is going to be Fossilized enchant relic, which you would put right here. And then last but not least would be a Mosaic one. So a Mosaic enchant relic. So I have all of them but 2 actually, and I'm going to go in on why those 2 are rather frustrating. So that be the case. Once you have all those, right? Let's go in and talk about this a little bit. So the 2 that I don't have is the crystallized, which is only obtainable with a crystallized rod most of the time. There's like a 12% chance of fishing one. Then greedy, which is needed if you want to fish greedy. I'm almost certain, correct me if I'm wrong, anybody watching this video, you need Rod of the Eternal King. Now, that's why I think it's like kind of like a level cap, honestly. But honestly, you could get your friends to give you a crystallized or greedy enchant as well, or some of the other enchant relics that you're missing. But Hexed is obviously going to be fished through the no life rod. That's kind of beneficial. Or you can sit there and appraise your enchant relics at Moosewood endlessly, which is going to cost a pretty penny, right? So that's kind of the thing there. But that is all the enchant relics broken down. And when you place them all in there, you're going to get the Rod of the Exalted one. Simple as that, right? And that is a full rundown on how to get the new rod. Now, let's talk about the specs of the rod itself, which is interesting. Now, the rod, it's kind of, if I had to kind of rank this in a, like a, not a full tier list breakdown, but right now I would probably put it as a mid game rod. That's probably where I'm going to rank it. So yeah, I would probably put it there. But I actually don't. I said you could probably appraise for your enchant relics, guys, but I don't know if you can appraise and get a crystallized rod, a crystallized enchant relic. I think the crystallized ones really have to be fished up. It just came to me. But yeah. Now, does this rod beat the Rod of the Depths? I don't think so. I don't think so, but it is maybe cheaper. The Rod of the Depths is a lot more expensive. That could be the thing too. But the specs of the rod is 55% lure speed, 170% luck, control 0.15, resilience 20%, and a max kg of 70,000. So, that'd be the case. This rod might cost you like 55,000 if you're actually paying for all the relics. That's kind of a note there too. But that's a full rundown of the Rod of the Exalted one, kind of like the fancier rod. We got the Firework rod and the Auric rod as well, which is part of this update. But this one's kind of like the kingpin of the update, I would say. And that's how you do it, a full breakdown. Love you guys. We'll see you guys in the next one. Go get the new rod. All right, I'm out of here. I got to get up here.